How you doing? I was out here and in nature, and I was just reflecting on myself, and I was saying that I'm glad and thankful that I'm vulnerable and vulnerable and open. Not vulnerable as in taken advantage of, not knowing what's going on around me, but vulnerable as in open to receive. I'm able to receive because I'm open and vulnerable to those aspects of receiving. Receiving what's for me, what's my purpose, what's my destiny. I'm open to receiving from a vulnerable place with God. I am. And I was just giving thanks and being grateful for that, because I used to lead with my ego until I went through an ego death spiritually. And it took me to a place where I started to reflect on myself from another perspective of ego. And it was not pretty, because I would push people away because I was in an ego operating space. I allowed God to intervene in that area in my life, spiritually, so that when I come across other people that operate out their ego, I know exactly where it's coming from, because it's like an ugly spirit that presents itself in front of your true self, and it tends to make people feel like they're not able to stand next to you or be around you. But when you operating from a vulnerable place with God's energy in it, excuse me, it's a trailer tractor coming by. But when you're operating from God's space, it's a different experience that you start to receive when you're entertaining others. When you operate with God's energy from a vulnerable place, from a place of healing, from a place of understanding, you don't make people feel less than. You don't allow people to talk to you crazy. But if you do allow it to talk, for them to talk to you in a certain manner, it's the reaction God is looking for. So God put them in place to give you what they're giving you. But God is seeing you to see how you're going to respond to how they're treating you. And if you're constantly treating them with kindness, an act of God, and they don't see that, that's ego that they're operating out of, because ego can blind you from a true reality of what's God given. Ego it will have you missing out on your blessings when they're right in front of you. So when you reacting with people, don't be quick to respond, because the action that they're giving you is from a place of them trying to figure out who they are. So if it's a snapback or something that bothers you or make you feel other than, just know that God put them in position and God put you in position. But God is watching you and them, because it depends. When God is watching, God is also matching you with your prayer that you asked for. God is also matching them with their prayers that they asked for. So God is watching how you interact with each other, because He wants to see what you pray for and your actions. Do they align? Do they align with God's energy? Do they align with your prayer? Do they align? So when you're praying and your actions towards others, your verbiage towards others is ugly, God is saying, okay, you praying for this, but you're acting like this. So we're going to hold you up a little longer until you get that aligned with your prayers. Your actions, your mouth needs to align with God's love, God's energy. I treat people with kindness because God treats us all with kindness, love and compassion, patience. So when you're operating in a vulnerable place, you can receive that energy so that you can give to others when they're ugly. That's a spirit. If they critiquing you or they putting you down or making you feel some type of way, just know God put them in position just like He put you in position. But everything has to align. So if you're praying in a pure place and your heart is in a pure place, God is going to watch how your actions are, if they're coming from a pure place, so He can start blessing you. And then that God can see if you're aligned or not. On that note, y'all stay woke, stay blessed, stay prayed up, and know that God is always watching. Peace.